Welcome to Harrah's Atlantic City. We're gonna be staying here for one night. We're gonna check out the casino floor, the food they have to offer, as well as the overall experience. I got here on my charter flight, so let's start back at the airport and how I got here. For this charter flight, I'm flying out of Concord, North Carolina, a smaller airport with only 2 gates. Caesars flies with Sun Country, so a basic seat, but free alcoholic and regular drinks on the plane, as well as a small snack. We landed in Atlantic City Airport and got on the bus with our resort. Everyone on this charter flight is going to different resorts, so be sure to get on the right bus. And then it's a 15-minute drive over to the resort. Let's head inside so I can give you a tour. So when you first come into Harrah's from the drop-off area, you're gonna have what they call the Grand Lobby. And you have Buddy's Boardwalk Empire over there to the left, and then the casino over here to the right. All right, let's head straight so I can show you where the check-in lobby is. So if you go straight from the doors, you have the check-in area, you have your kiosks, as well as the regular line, and then the diamond line, and the 7 stars line straight ahead. Now, if we head back, we have this bar right here. And then you have this district called the Waterfront. This is the way you're gonna take to get to the pool. You have a little trinket store and stuff over here to the right, as well as a lobby area over here. Another store over here selling clothes and jewelry. And here are the elevators for the Bayview and Waterfront towers. They do have this little snack area over here with Buddy V's cake shop and his pizzas, as well as a vending machine. And then to your left is Bobby's Burgers, as well as an arcade. And if we keep going, we have Starbucks, and then the main pool area. And then to the right, you have Pinup Pizza and Chicken Guy. They are closed today. I'm here on a Wednesday. They are both closed. Here is a list of all of their stuff open today and the times that they are open. The pool here is right in the middle in an atrium area. And then if you keep walking, you will run into Coastal Craft Kitchen Bar. And then if you keep going, you will run into the fitness center, spa, and meeting area. And here is Coastal Craft Kitchen. All right, let's head back out front where Buddy B's Boardwalk is and head back through the casino. All right, coming out of the waterfront area, you have your check-in area there on your left and the casino to your right. And then if you keep walking, you have the bell desk to your left. And then coming up on your left, you have Taza, which is a cafe. And then you can go around the casino here, or there's this walkway over here. If you are a 7 stars, there is the VIP services. And then through here, it looks like they used to have some stores in here, but they are all boarded up. You do have a business center here if you need to ship anything or get anything shipped here. And then after you leave that hallway, you have the atrium suite. So this is how I get to my room. And then you have the Cove, which is their high limit room. If you keep walking, you have the sports book coming up here on your left. Casino floor here is pretty massive. So you got the sports book to your left, and then the Caesars rewards to your right, or sorry, your left up here. We're gonna take a left here to show you what's down here. Down here, there's only 2 things. There's the Baywalk entrance to get to the Baywalk, and then you have this restaurant right here, McCormick and Schmick. And then you have the poker room back here with active poker going on currently. All right, we're gonna head back out here and keep going to our left. Straight back here is where you're gonna find all of the food options here at Harrahs, well, most of them at least. You have Gordon Ramsays Steak and La Strada upstairs, as well as Rum Point. And then down here you have AC Burger and the Harbor Club. AC Burger is pretty large. Here's just one side of the restaurant. And then you have the Brigantine exit. This is where your Uber and Lyft is going to pick you up. Now we're going to take a left through the casino floor. And over here, tucked away in the corner, is the poker bar. And then these escalators take you up to the parking garage. They do have table games here. They are spread out throughout the entire casino. I believe this is the higher end table games over on this area. They have some baccarat. And then over in this area, kind of near the cashier, if you keep walking, is some more table games like roulette, as well as the exhibition bar that has table games going around the entire thing as well. And now we're back up front to the beginning of the grand lobby. And that is your entire tour of Harrahs. After walking around, I found out they have the jitney that will take you around to all the casinos. I took it to the outlet mall that's out front of Caesars. They have stores like Nike, Adidas, Old Navy, and many others. I recommend you spend some time shopping here on your next trip. Let's head back to the resort so I can give you a tour of the room. Welcome to the Atrium Tower King Suite. Let's check it out. We are on the second floor, and as soon as you come in, you have this living room with laminate floors. On this side, you don't have a view of the outside, but you have the view of the atrium, which is why this is the Atrium Tower. Right in front of the window, you have a sitting area with a table, and then next to that, you have a couch and a coffee table, and then your entertainment center with your waters that they provide, and then a desk area. I believe these are just drawers, very deep drawers. Yeah. One thing I will say about this room is, man, I wish this wasn't the case. Just like Harrah's in Biloxi, I just don't think this room was cleaned very well. I have just walked into this room and there's trash, and this coffee table's filthy. And then there's just, these are newer stains on this couch, as well as crumbs from somebody else. And then the floors have new wet stains on it. I usually give people breaks for having wear and tear, unless it's like super excessive with holes and everything, but like, I don't think they cleaned this room at all, which is slightly concerning, but let's keep moving on. On this side of the couch in the living room area is a little table with your phone and then your lamp here. This room is kind of dim, even though it has a lot of lights. I feel like there should be can lights up here to make it a little bit brighter, because you just have the atrium, and right now it's a gloomy day outside. Now, when you come through here, you have your closet here, just your regular closet. Got your iron and ironing board, and then your luggage holder and a few hangers. And then right over here is your bathroom. Got your sink. They supply you with some lotion and some hand soap. You have a light in the mirror, and then you have a focused mirror, your toilet, little painting, and then your shower. Shower looks clean-ish. Only thing I will say is right here on this hand towel is a hair. And this hand towel's kind of beat. This hand towel's been used. Other than that, oh, more hairs. I was gonna give it a pass. Kind of not great. All right, let's keep moving. After that, you have a full-length mirror, and then you come into the bedroom. Now, this is kind of the new standard that Harrahs is doing. Kind of every Caesars property is getting this look. You have this huge backdrop with tables in it. There's no drawers, but you do get two outlets, a USB-C and a USB, as well as the phone has this, which you can plug up, looks like USB-C, lightning, and then two regular USBs. I do like the background, it's poker chips, that's textured, pretty cool. Then you have the bed area. And then on this side of the bed, you do have one of these alarm clocks that charge a phone. They do have two USB ports in them. And then you have this new thing that they're putting at all their resorts. Wireless phone charger, USB-C, two USBs, and then two outlets, as well as a USB up here and a USB-C up there. And then you have the buttons to control the lights. I am on the second floor, like I said, and today is a gloomy day. This is my view. Not great. And then over in the corner of the bedroom, you have a chair with a little table here, a little wear and tear on the chair, and some stainage on the chair. Then you have the entertainment center over here, as well as this table to drop your stuff. Now, there we go. They do give you a fridge for your own personal use, as well as more cabinets. Oh, and there's your safe and some drawers. Pretty big TV, looks like a 55-inch or 60-inch TV, and then you have this little coat hanger area. If you watched my Caesars Danville, the room is kind of set up just like this, but obviously newer. On the bed does look like it was changed and it was clean. I'm not seeing any hairs yet, no stains. I think the bed's gonna be fine. That front room though is just a little too dirty for me. Now, I will say, I did ask for an upgrade on this charter. I am on a chartered flight for 3 nights. I did get one of their lower rooms. I can't remember what tower I was in, but I did put in my charter information that I had this room comped in my regular offers, and I asked if I can get this as an upgrade, and they did give it to me. So that is the room tour. So a slight turn of events here. That room that I was in was extremely hot. The AC did not work. It was obviously dirty. And then the Wi-Fi would not pick up. So I went downstairs and asked for a different room. I got the same room, so nothing really to show here. It is much cleaner. The towels look better. Everything just looks like it was actually cleaned. So same room, no difference, except now I have a better view. I am on the 7th floor. It is still foggy out, but at least I have a view of not the roof. Anyways, I had to update you guys on that because that was a long fiasco. Anyways, it's fixed now, so we're all good. All right, now let's go get some food. For dinner, I went to Gordon Ramsays Steak for their happy hour. Gordon Ramsays Steak is located next to La Strada upstairs. They have a small drinks menu and a food menu. The happy hour is from 4 to 6 p.m. daily. I ordered the fig and blue cheese salad, which was great, and the main lobster roll with chips, which was amazing. Happy hour is just at the bar, and I recommend you get there early to grab a seat. The restaurant itself is pretty big, with plenty of regular seating, as well as a seafood bar on display. The meal was honestly one of my favorites of the trip, and I can highly recommend you check it out as well. After that, I went to Bobby Flay's Burger for a milkshake. It was pretty good, but nothing to write home about though. Now, I have show tickets to the one and only resident show in Atlantic City called The Hook. This is located at Caesars in the Wild West area with an entrance at the boardwalk. Now let me tell you, I have seen many shows in Las Vegas, and this show was up there with it. Amazing acts, funny comedy. It is rated R, so definitely don't bring your kids, but as an adult, please go see this show when you come to Atlantic City. The acts rotate as well, so every show is not exactly the same. After the show, I headed back to Harrah's to grab some sleep, so let's head back to give you my final thoughts on Harrah's Atlantic City. All right, let's talk about my night here at Harrah's. I think after the catastrophe of the whole first room being completely dirty, not clean, and the AC being broken, as well as not being able to connect to the Wi-Fi, and them just switching me rooms, I think everything went fine. The casino floor here is pretty large. It's kind of in a big circle, but they have so many games. They have so many table games as well. I would say half the machines are new and half the machines are old. I kind of like that personally. Overall, I think the casino floor is pretty great. As far as the room goes, this room is awesome. You have the living room and then the bathroom in the middle and then the bedroom on the other end, 2 AC units. So you can have one room cold, one room hot, both rooms cold, like me. Bed is pretty comfortable. The only gripe I have with most Caesars properties is the pillows. They're like regular size pillows, but they're in like a case that's too small for them, so they're like puffy. Other than that, I mean, it was fine. I just wish they had king size pillows for a king size bed. Food here, we ate at Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay's was great. I did their happy hour and I got their lobster roll with chips, as well as a fig and blue cheese salad. Both were phenomenal. I believe my total came out to like $30 with tip or $35 with tip. I can't really remember. I charged it back to the room. And then I went to Bobby's Burgers downstairs and got a Rocky Road milkshake. I'd probably pass on the Rocky Road. It was a limited time and I like marshmallows with my ice cream. I should have got the cookies and cream. I know that's like a huge flavor for them. Next time I'm gonna get that. I'll probably pass on the Rocky Road next time if they still have it. And then tonight I went to The Hook. Wow, what an amazing show. Me being a Diamond member, Caesars gave me 2 tickets for free. I'm here by myself, so I went by myself and went to the show, and wow, it was phenomenal. If you've been to Vegas and you've seen the Mad Apple show in Las Vegas at New York, New York, it's kind of like that, but on a smaller scale. They can fit maybe 100 people on the lower level and maybe another 25 to 50 on the upper level. Today was a Wednesday, so the upper level was closed, but man, did they put on a show. It is rated R, so be prepared for that. There was naked people cussing, so just be prepared for that, but it's a variety show. There was acrobatics, there was contortionists, there was comedy, there was juggling, there was dancing, there was so much going on. I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you come to Atlantic City, you have to go see The Hook. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of staying here at Harrah's. Now, the pros here, there is a variety of rooms. They have like 9 different towers here, so you can pick and choose what room you want to stay in. I stayed in the atrium suites. I believe all the rooms here are suites, and I believe they've been redone recently, probably in the past year or 2. So they are all nice as long as they're clean. I think the food options here are pretty good. I was here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time, so a lot of the places were closed while I was here. Everyone talked about La Strada, but it was closed 2 days that I was here. So I ended up going to Gordon Ramsay. They were closed yesterday, so I went today. They have Bobby Burgers, Guys, Pin Up Pizza, both of those were closed. So I didn't get to really experience all the food that they have to offer, but I've had some of those places before in the past. Another pro, since I was on a charter flight, we got picked up, we got dropped off, we didn't have to worry. We showed up at the airport, they handed us our ticket, we got on the plane, we came here. This is my third charter flight that I've done with them. My second charter flight got delayed like 10 hours, but Caesars ended up giving us $100 in food and beverage credit. I have that video to Gulf Coast somewhere in my playlist. It was recently done a couple months ago. This time it went on without a hitch. The first time I ever did it was to Atlantic City just to try it, and same thing, went on without a hitch. Now, we haven't left yet. That's tomorrow morning, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll update you guys if something bad happens, but I'm hoping not. I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning because our flight leaves at 9 and we have to be downstairs by 7. So if you're looking to do a charter flight, I highly recommend doing one of these Caesars Air charter flights if they offer it to you. All you have to do is go to caesarsair.com and then sign in with your player's card number, and it'll give you all the offers you have. If you are a Caesars player, you're going to have offers that are pretty cheap. And they go to Lake Tahoe, they go to Vegas, they go to Laughlin, they go to Gulf Coast. So there's lots of places. They go to New Orleans. Hopefully one day I'll get that offer at a cheap rate. Right now, since they just opened up within the past 1 or 2 years, I believe my offers are around $300. I'm not trying to spend that kind of money, especially since I can get these flights for $50 to $90. Now let's get to the cons. The cons for me are you are on the marina side. I don't particularly like to be on the marina side. All the other casinos, Golden Nugget and Borgata, are quite a bit of a walk. Now you can take the jitney, but it only goes to the Borgata and then you go all the way around. There's no one that goes the other way to the Golden Nugget. I think you could probably walk to the Golden Nugget a little bit faster than Borgata, but I just don't particularly like being on the marina side, I think. I found myself getting really bored here. Now that could be because a lot of the things were closed. Another con of this place is they do have a pool, and it is an awesome pool, but you have to pay. Now online there's some weird thing. I did go ask, and you do have to pay even if you're a guest, but online it says guests are free Monday through Friday, and I'll put up that graphic over here. And then on the weekends you have to pay, but you do have to pay. I think if you are Diamond Plus or Diamond Elite, you get in for free. I'm Diamond. I didn't ask about Diamond, but I believe from what I asked around to people, they said you had to be Diamond Plus or Diamond Elite to get in for free. So that is a huge con for me. Don't have a pool and not allow people in. Also, there was a huge line because they can only have a certain amount of people in the pool. So there was a long line waiting. So you have to wake up super early, wait in line to go to the pool. It's just, I'm not doing all that to go to a pool. So would I come back here again through Caesars Air? I probably wouldn't come back to Harrah's, but I would go back to either Tropicana or to Caesars. More than likely, I would do Caesars. Usually that one is a little bit more money than Tropicana and Harrah's, but you get what you pay for. You're closer to the action. Hopefully this summer or in the fall time, I can come back and maybe do Hard Rock and Caesars, and maybe Ocean again with all their pools open. If you haven't seen any of those videos, I put those videos out already, so go check them out. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna be it. If I had to rate this place, I think I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad experience, but it wasn't like a stellar experience like you get at Borgata or Ocean. But you also get what you pay for. Here, nights go for $50 to $100. At Borgata, they go for $100 to $180. So it really just depends on what you're willing to pay for. If you want to spend money on gambling, sure, this place is going to be great for you. If you're wanting to spend money on having a luxurious room, then you might not want to stay here. Now, that's not saying that they don't have great rooms here. I think this room is pretty great. You're in the atrium tower, which is a cool looking tower from the inside. So it wasn't a bad experience. So take that as you want, and thank you guys for watching. Be sure, if this video gave you any help, give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy casino content like this with reviews, reviewing food at casinos, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm almost to 70,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.